it's MNC. He gon' rack it up, get your game on, and he gon' bag it up. Y'all know what Mooch on, Mooch and Crap. Mooch and Crap. Mooch and Crap. Mooch and Crap. It's that time to get ready for the MMC show. Grab your coffee or your liquor, cause we ready to roll. They talking games, custom gadgets, and you already know. Dial that number, leave them questions, and away they go. Be a pony or a bot, the truth be it don't matter. We just gamers talking games, not those drama queens matters. So let's talk about gaming, news, leaks, and reviews. This a fan show on whatever topic y'all choose. True Xbox fans, and y'all know we bleed green. Yet we got every console we can play, everything. Got that Forza, got that Halo, got that Fallout, got that Kratos, got that Zelda, got that Spidey, got that AC, got it Ike, Mooch and Crap. Mooch and Crap, Mooch and Crap, Mooch and Crap. We just talking about games, no drama. That's how we do. MMC stays a show just for the people. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug to be a fiend to. Gaming is the #1 hobby we all keen to. Mooch and Crap, bringing gaming opinions and facts. MMC is back on the map. It's the best for show, and that's that. It's MNC, it's MNC, it's Mooch and Crap, it's Mooch and Crap. MMC is back, MNC is back, it's back, it's back, and y'all already know.
Welcome to the MNC show, and we are live.
What's up? Good morning, everybody. Late night of gaming happened for the Mooch. I'll tell you that much, Crap. And I don't know how your Saturday went, but my Saturday was as full of gaming as I could possibly cram while still getting other things accomplished. How you doing this morning, buddy?
I am, I'm not feeling great.
No.
It's been, it's one of those things. I'm a little bit under the weather, but other than that, I'm doing okay. Just one of those things that gets kind of funky feeling or whatever. But everybody kind of, the show must go on.
The show must go on.
Yeah, and we continually do the show and continue to say, hey, the show must go on. Make sure you guys like it and share it out, so that you guys can check it out. And, all that kind of good stuff. There is a lot of cool stuff to talk about. Make sure you guys also call in on Skype and leave your voice messages, because we only have 3 this week. So we'd like at least 6, I think.
It's been an interesting back and forth. We get 3, then we get 6. Then we get 3, then we get 6. It's literally happened like that now, Crap, for about 5 weeks, 6 weeks. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. So, it's kind of funny like that. And, I would prefer to get it like about 6 as we're still working on the live calling deal. But yeah, it was a kind of an interesting week because we had a lot of stuff. We had the Stadia announcement.
Yes.
And, we had Microsoft publishing games on the Switch. Oh man, like people expected me to freak out on that, not happening. You have Detroit Become Human and those other games going to not just PC, but the Epic Store. I actually love what the Epic Store is doing, to be honest with you.
How can you hate it?
Yeah, well, people do apparently, but I absolutely love it. I think they've already got more users and stuff than the Microsoft Store.
Of course they do.
Yeah, so it tells you they're doing something right. I just love like those guys are just like, hey, we're gonna do what we do and get people to use our store, and that's what it's all about, And then you got Steam people kind of freaking out about that or whatever, and just kind of you got to have competition, right? Look, Steam had no competition really. Microsoft.
Well, listen, I get why Epic's doing what they're doing, Crap. But the part I'm confused on, and please, if there's anyone in the chat or listening later that chimes in or let me know on Twitter where I'm missing this disconnect, is everybody that plays on PC. So even if you buy in Steam, okay, and I think Steam has its own interpretation or version, Crap, of achievements, okay,
yeah.
But that aside, and if that means something to PC gamers, then I my hands are in the air and I apologize. Then that's maybe the reason. But aside from that,
achievements or whatever,
they must, right? Because what I found out from a lot of people that play on PC is they all talk to each other usually through Discord anyway. So it's not like they have the Xbox Live thing that means so much to Xbox Live or PS Plus folks. So that's why I was like, if I'm a PC guy, who cares?
Like how the PC stuff goes, like most of those games, I'm not sure 100%, but I've heard that some games don't even support in-game chat. You got to use like a third-party thing. You know what I mean? Most people use whatever, Ventrilo or Skype or Discord, whatever, I don't use Discord. Remember we were using Discord for about 2 days?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, Crap, the only thing I use it for now is if I'm going to do any streaming on Twitch. Other than that, I don't use Discord. Why
Yeah.
would we?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, why would you? Like, originally it was like cool way. Oh, you can keep in touch with people, and then the more I thought about it, it was just difficult. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, let me log into Discord and chat it up like old school chat boards or whatever. So yeah, not really my bag. So
No, I can't blame you. You know, crap. Speaking of not my bag, so I had an interesting gaming experience last night. It was late, and I said, you know what? Maybe I'll call it a night. But I got an invite from the one and only Noof Nukem. Boom, boom, kaboom,
Boom.
Light it up,
Yeah.
yeah. He's not in the room. But when he does join us later, so we're playing with Noof and we're hanging out. But at the same time, he says, "Hey, let's play Anthem." And I say, "You know what? Why not? Crap, why not?" Right? It's been a good 2.5 weeks since I put that game on. I've been doing Division 2, Sekiro, which we'll get into in a second. But I'm sitting there, crap, and I got to tell you, and I told Noof this, and I told I think it was Jago was in the chat too, and another gentleman named DeBlue, and I was talking to them, and I said, guys, here's my problem with Anthem. What are we doing here? Like, what are we doing? You go back to Tarsus or whatever it is there. You walk around. I've talked to everybody, so the talking's done. They've got these small stations you can buy, equip. You can get like these mods. They don't tell you what to do with them, where to get the rest of the pieces. And then all we ever do is we finished a mission, and then we went back, we equipped the items that we got, and then somebody said right away, well, I'm ready to go to the next one. I'm like, what's the next one? What are we doing? Like, what's happening? We're too early in the game to say, I don't know what's going on. You know, it's just, it feels like Anthem is kind of a lost cause. And I feel bad because the one thing I did agree with Noof and Jago especially was I love the mechanics, crap. What a fun game to actually control and play. But it is just, you just feel like, why am I doing this? You know what I mean?
Well, don't people like compare that game a lot to Destiny and stuff like that?
Let me tell you something, crap. That doesn't hold a birthday candle to Destiny.
I got you. Well, listen, which one? Like, to me, Destiny 1 was a sleeping pill in game format. I didn't even realize that my guy had a voice until hours into the game, and I was like, holy shit, he's talking.
I guess you go, but you know you know what it really lacks, I think, and I think a lot of people in the chat that are fans of the game will agree with me here. What it lacks is that central hub, like the tower had in Destiny. You can say whatever you want, crap, about the story, and I won't argue with you, okay, especially Destiny 1. But we can all come together, we can all talk and discuss things and make a decision at the tower on what we want to do. Or I'd say to you, hey, crap, maybe you did more of the lore than I did, okay? And I'd say, hey, crap, why are we doing this next mission? You'll go, well, Mooch, I don't actually know why this is in that natural progression, but we're going to go. This is the mission where you get the spindle gun, and that spindle gun, once you have that, then we can do this mission, because without that spindle, you can't attack that guy from long distance, blah, blah, whatever, okay? There was an answer. Now, and shout out to Jago and Noof, who are level. Noof is close to level 30. Jago's full level 30. And we were having a hard time even getting to why are we doing what we're doing? Besides enjoying the gameplay, which maybe for some people is enough, but I feel bad. This is not a Mooch rant where I'm like, oh, shun that game. No, it sucks, you know, and it's unfortunate, crap, because this is a game that could have came out in September, October, okay, maybe even end of August, and had zero competition in the MMO, air quotes, MMO space, and it would have been a lot of fun. There's Jago right now. What's up, Mooch? You didn't oversleep staying up late. No, I didn't. I was up real late. But like, you know, shout out to Jago, who really, I got to tell you something. What an outstanding, like trial attorney he would make for Anthem. I mean, you would want him on your side. If BioWare's listening, you better call Jago up. That man can defend your game. Yeah. But realistically speaking, I don't really see how I can go back to Anthem at this point. I would much rather play a Division 2. And who the hell's yelling this early? There's certain people who haven't had coffee yet, crap.
I never have my coffee, so yeah.
That's unusual.
Is it?
I can do a podcast on that.
I'm not really a coffee person. You
know? Don't do it. Well, you don't drink anything I drink.
I know it's terrible. That's why we get along. We're like the odd couple.
True. It is the odd couple. But you love that yellow number 5. I'll tell you that much.
Well, for sure, man. Well, I used to. I don't.
I used to.
Yeah, I got the.
Why is Mountain Dew associated with gamers?
I have no idea because
right?
Originally, you know, it's got a lot of caffeine and stuff in it, you know, so
they
more
got
so than a lot
quick.
of. Yeah, originally that stuff was like a cut. You're supposed to a mixer for like moonshine and stuff. right? Mountain Dew. That's why it's called Mountain Dew. So yeah, that's why. But I actually stopped drinking that shit because it kept me up too late at night, man. I couldn't sleep on that. So I cut back on that. To me, coffee, whenever I smell that stuff brewing, it smells like a skunk.
Really?
Yeah, it stinks like a skunk to me. It doesn't smell good. I'm not the only one either. I'm not the only one that thinks like that. So actually, the person I'm getting married to, she thinks the same way. She hates coffee and thinks it smells like a skunk. So that's one of the reasons. Yeah, I mean, exactly.
You know what I am? I smell coffee. I'm one of those cartoons, maybe like St. Pepe Le Pew. I'm the one that's floating in midair to it.
Yeah, I'm like, ugh, man. I'm like, what? Did a skunk just spray out here or something? That's what I'm thinking.
Replace coffee over breakfast. It is breakfast sometimes. I like Legal Papa goes, wonder if Mooch is like this on regular or just on caffeine. No, this is without the coffee too. Trust me. That's a great point, guys. In the chat, please do share this out, guys.
Share it out, yeah.
Let people know we're here. You guys have more power than we do. You guys have the power. I say it all the time. Power's in the chat.
You have the power. PlayStation announced their state of play on March 25th. So tomorrow, this is coming out, and obviously Sony hasn't really been. Yeah, they haven't really been talking about much. Maybe this is reactionary to them losing some NPDs in a row. Are you expecting anything? Maybe a price cut for the PlayStation 4? Maybe an announcement of a release date for a game that we weren't expecting.
That's a great question, Crap. Wow,
they could really steal thunder there. You know what I mean? Like doing something like that. My hope is they just don't have people in onesies eating pizza and yeah.
I think you're safe.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping for.
Well, here's the one thing that you said.
I think Sony tends to kill it with these type of things. You know what I mean?
Well, here's the thing, though, Crap. Be careful because they kill the marketing space as far as commercials go and advertising, definitely. They have a presence at E3 stage. Even when they have kind of a letdown year, people still like their stage presence. Now, the thing about this is that I like what you said a few minutes ago. Okay, you said, what do you think they're going to do? Come out with a big bang. Since it's their first one and they know that people are going to be comparing it against Nintendo Direct and Inside Xbox, they're going to have to make some kind of a splash, right? They can't just come out and show a new PlayStation 4 controller, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to have to come out and do something. So will it be a price reduction? Will it be more information? Let me tell you what it will be. You want to know what it'll be?
What?
It is going to be a hefty advertisement for Days Gone, Crap. That's what it's going to be.
Good. That game looks better and better. Dude, I know you've been hyped for this game for a long time, but you have to admit it looked kind of wonky.
It did
for a long time. Now it's actually looking good. I'm hoping it's good because to get a new IP this late in the generation, absolutely thrilling. And us on Xbox, not to bash Xbox, but we got to salivate a little bit, right? Because if you're a PlayStation dude, like you're probably going to get that. And what the hell is that? Ghost of Tsushima, and I don't know about the other one. What's the Kojima one called?
Death Stranding.
Yeah, Death Stranding. I mean, that's 3 new IPs to end the generation. I mean, I'm sure some of those might be cross-gen games on PS5 as well, but that's huge. And our last new IP was Sea of Thieves. So.
Well, shout out to Enrique who says maybe we'll get a release date for The Last of Us 2. Let me tell you something. There's no one in the world that would want that more. But Enrique, let me put a little bit of a cloud on mine and your parade, okay? Because I'm in that parade with you. But the thing about it is this: if they're gonna go ahead and promote Days Gone, think for a second how The Last of Us 2 would overshadow that game, right? Because it's the same kind of genre. I think they would refrain from The Last of Us 2 like grim death. They would stay far away from that because the minute you say The Last of Us 2, they're gonna be like, it's not gonna be called Days Gone. It's gonna be Days Who?
Yeah.
Right? It's gone. So I think we're going to
People are already comparing it too, probably.
Yeah, they are.
I guess. But, we'll have to see how it goes. I actually upped my thing. I think it's probably going to be in the probably 80 Metacritic area or something along those lines. But according to this, State of Play is made to give updates and announcement from the world of PlayStation.
Yes.
And will be returning throughout the year to dole out more of those continuously. First episode will be streamed live on March 25th, 2 p.m. Pacific. Will include new trailers, new game announcements, and new gameplay footage. New footage and or gameplay for Days Gone, considering obviously that's about to come out, and new game announcements kind of took me by surprise. But Colin Moriarty mentioned on Twitter that they have a big second-party exclusive that they still haven't announced.
That may come out?
Maybe. I mean, I don't see why not, because they're not doing E3, and they want to, to me, what they could really do is have this second party game exclusive announcement, especially if it's pretty big, maybe officially price cut the PS4 and show Days Gone. Maybe show some VR, show some VR stuff, some of that stuff that they haven't really because they haven't done anything since last E3. So
No.
just talk a little bit about something, in my opinion, and I think it'd be a successful day. I'm wondering who's going to actually be the person presenting or the people presenting this. I think that has a lot to do with it too, right? Like, don't get some schmarmy ass guy to do it, like
Right.
hopefully
Who would
they
they get though?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
I bet you Sean Layden makes an appearance, even if it's a 5-minute segment that they had pre-recorded. He'll either be a part of it or like I say, he'll be like kind of brought in on like a video stream or something like that. I don't know. I think that they do need to pick who they're going to do a little bit more carefully than like Xbox. But if you look at Nintendo seems to have their corporate guys come out and do it.
Yeah.
And you know what? It works because I think Sony's going to follow more of the direct. It's going to be 30 minutes. Boom, 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 boom. In your face. This is the game. You may not like what they're putting on screen, but it's just going to be bang, 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 bang. You know what I mean? And then done. And that's me. I think that's what they're going to do. I don't think they're going to make this thing a bad joke ceremony or, hey, we flew everybody out to England to drive cars in a circle. No, they're not doing that. They're not doing that. And that's fine. Listen, here's the thing. I'm not making fun of Xbox. That's Xbox's shtick. That's fine. They need a shtick. So if that's their thing where they're like, we're going to take our new releases and kind of do these little skits off to the side with them, fine. Keep it to 60 minutes and be done with it. That's their thing. That's not going to change. But I see Nintendo and Sony doing that very. Think about it. It's the Japanese business structure. It's in, talk about the product, get out.
Yeah.
And I think that used to be a lot of what happened over here. But now with everything going on and candles being lit over there on the Seattle storefront, you never know what's going on. They're always doing something that's kind of like Greenpeace and stuff.
Hey,
so
Mizzle says, "Crap just belched while Mooch was talking. How rude! What are you new to the show?
Welcome to the show. You kidding me? We used to hear every time he opened and closed that 2-liter.
Oh yeah, now it's
remember that?
Yeah,
that was great.
I didn't even know anybody could hear me, and then you were like, "Yeah, man, crap."
I can hear every turn of that screw. It was
I'll do it. And then,
I was like, "What in the world is going on? He's either drinking something or practicing his boomerang."
No, I gotta have my caffeine, man. Even though I cut back a lot, it's like in the morning, especially, man. I gotta have some caffeine, man. I gotta get things going, man. It's just the way it is.
I can't blame you, crap. I'm just glad you do caffeine. That's fine.
Yeah, definitely.
You're not big on the alcohol front.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I used to be. It's just not really my bag anymore. Just
that's fine. I'm not gonna talk you into it, but I definitely think you'd enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, from time to time, I think so. You know what I mean?
But it's funny, dude. We play a lot of games with people, and like I said, I was in 2-3 different chats yesterday, and there's certain people that do, and there's certain people that just they don't do it.
Yeah,
they're just not fans of drinking. They're like, no, when I game, it's all business.
Seems like you want to,
and I get that. That's fine.
Yeah, you kind of want to be, a little bit more aware of what's going on, so that you can kind of play.
Crap! Shout out to 9 Lives. Shout out to 9 Lives in the chat. He's like, Mooch, I can hear you fine. No need to yell.
Oh, no need to yell, huh?
No, he knows the deal.
Yeah, I mean that's
everybody in the chat sign something. Your ears might get blown out on this show.
Yeah. Well,
there he is. Noof Nukem woke up. Boom, boom, kaboom.
Noof Nukem. Boom, boom, kaboom.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that alarm clock? Holy shit!
God.
We go right from your bed to grabbing the ceiling.
Oh shit, yeah, dude. Like that's Noof Nukem for you though, man.
Boom, boom, kaboom.
Boom, boom. It's me, Noof Nukem in the room.
Wake up.
Wake up. Oh my god, or he could do custom alarms, right? Like
I'd buy one.
Arnold. One is Mikey Barra. I can't even do Mikey Barra. You can imagine him doing a Mikey Barra like alarm clock, like good time to get on some PC.
I don't know if I want a Mikey Barra alarm clock. I think it'll put me back to sleep.
Oh my god, yeah.
Right?
I don't know.
Mike's in tech, he's in engineering, he's doing something. Those guys are not on an alarm clock, folks. Okay, that's just not the way it works.
Wake up! Time to get on some PC for some crossplay.
Absolutely.
He sort of reminds me of Eeyore a little bit. You know
what
I mean? Yeah, a little bit. Like, I guess I'll play some PC. Mikey Barra. You know what I mean? That's sort of
that's like half Ibarra, half assassin.
Yeah, assassin.
Assassin's great.
Yeah, he is, and he's a lot like that too, because he does 4 Guys with Quarters. And I remember I did that show with that. I'm like, dude, assassin, you got some funny one-liners, and he delivers them so stiff, right?
Right.
Like that's the joke. You know what I mean?
There's
And
the
that to me,
joke.
yeah, there's the
There's the
joke. It's
joke.
hilarious. Yeah, so I love
Love
that.
it.
So Microsoft reveals some new xCloud stuff, cloud awareness, apparently custom controls and more. Reading this article, apparently they're showing basically they did the GDC stuff, and there was people there, even though they didn't like live stream it. So the whole presentation was basically there to show developers how to write your game once with existing tools and publish it to everything. Because there's lots of gamers out there, and gamers are playing on multiple devices, but it doesn't really frequently transition well to what they're doing. So you're able to do default layouts on a phone or whatever, which looks very busy, to be honest with you. I'm looking at this picture right now. It looks terrible.
This is news to me. I didn't hear about this crap.
Yeah, it's like it's terrible. Like the whole screen is taken up by these controls. So I don't really see how that would be very intuitive. Then they show somebody playing Dead Cells on a phone.
Yeah.
And they show somebody doing Forza Horizon 4, which he says custom controls on Forza. He says easily the most complicated custom layout so far is Forza Horizon 4.
Right.
But you can switch between them. So basically they showed a lot of like smaller games and then a racing game.
Right.
It's so odd to show the racing game because we saw that the latency is just kind of bad right now.
Right.
So I don't know if that's the best way to show it off, but you have to wonder, at least they're not doing what Google's doing, which, by the way, that Phil Harrison is still kind of as goofy as ever.
Yeah.
Right. Like he's just like, this is the way it's going to be. And we'll never make a console. And we're not really competing with Xbox or PlayStation. It's this or that. Like my thoughts. And I guess I'm thankful that there's a lot of other people that think like this. Not even just me, but like people that like mods for gaming and stuff like that. I'm not a big mod person, but millions and millions of people love mods.
They love mods. Right? You know who loves mods? It's Gadang Sully!
Sully! You like mods, Gadang?
Yes, I do. It keeps me playing Fallout 4 and Skyrim. Yeah.
So what do you think, Sully? What do you think about streaming games? I mean, you wouldn't be on the mod or anything.
No, I don't care for streaming games. I tried PS Now like a while ago. I don't care for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't either, but it's like you have to think game preservation, mods, there's a lot of negatives here. And one of the negatives that I saw was the fact that Google has a habit of pulling the plug on stuff that's not really successful. So if you have invested a ton of money in getting games on this platform and they decide to close up shop, like say, remember when they were competing with Facebook? With what was that, Google Plus or whatever it was?
Yes.
Right, and then they close up shop because it's not successful.
You brought this up a while ago, Crap. You're like, here's the thing with Google: if it's not a huge sensation, they just pull the plug. Which, by the way, Crap. Let's be honest, though. I think in any good, respectable business, if you see something's not trending or it's not working after a few years, to pull the plug, you want to cut your losses, right? Why keep bleeding out?
But I think it's different for like a newcomer to come in and then suck at it right away and then quit, as opposed to somebody like Microsoft who has been established for a few generations now, and they have a little bit of a downtime. They're not going to just back out and quit. That there's a huge backlash that could come from that, So right. I think it would be a little bit more, it would be tougher for them to actually do that, or like a Sony or whatever. Even Nintendo, look at the terrible problem they had with the Wii U, right? And then we see that now they're back on top of the world with the Switch.
Great point, Crap. A different outcome, but great point. What did they do with the Wii U? They pulled the plug. Right, so they pulled it after 5 years? I believe it was 2012 to 2017.
Yeah,
they pulled the plug, and boy, did they support everything. They went as far as to say we're not even putting CDs or discs involved in the Switch.
They went around to people that had a Wii U and did that little Men in Black thing, right? Like,
right.
Because there really wasn't that many people that had it,
Salt says the same thing, and he's kind of right. It did strike my mind when you said those things about Google, Windows Phone. I think Windows Phone they kept around for a little too long, Salt, but they did pull the plug on Zune. Yeah. Zune was
I worry about Microsoft too. When I buy digital movies, because sometimes they have a sale on that stuff, and I will buy it. You know what I mean? I worry.
I have been thinking about that more and more, and I'm pretty sure the chat feels the same way. Crap. I've been buying more and more of my digital content movies on my Xbox account, right? And listen, if you're gonna go with an account, right? Apple, Microsoft, Google,
they have
Amazon,
anywhere.
Right? 4 or 5. Yeah. They're out there. You got to feel you're safest there. But if something ever happens, man, I've been thinking about this more and more. I'm like, I've got now maybe 20, 30 movies I've bought in UHD on the Microsoft store, crap, and I'm enjoying it. Okay, so I'm not gonna. There's nothing negative here. I'm just saying, if something happens by chance and something where they discontinue this or they cut this or they get bought out, who knows? They're 10 years down, those movies are gone.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, and that goes for any company, by the way. That's not a pick on. That could be if you're buying your games on Sony, they get bought out, this and that, but you don't know. You never know. So there is something to be said about this digital era that we
look at Voodoo, right? Voodoo
right.
is down, right? Their digital movies or whatever. And
what happens to all those customers and their purchases?
Yeah, that's something that I wonder about. So Ultraviolet or whatever shuts down. Cloud Locker closes this summer. That's not a very good thing, because that was the thing that came in. Everybody, when you buy a Blu-ray or whatever, you always got that as well or whatever. So
right.
That's very interesting. So Walmart apparently says don't unlink your accounts or whatever than that or whatever. So you have to wonder why they're closing it down. But Disney relaunched their Movies Anywhere in late 2017. This is, that's one of those things that worries me, because Microsoft does pull the plug. Yeah, I mean,
it should worry all of us, because we're all investing into this. Like, look at, I mean, you do have to understand something too, crap. Okay. Because let's go back a full generation and a half here, maybe 2 generations back. Shout out to Worry Wart in the chat. He'll like this part. But let's say you were a collector of VHS tapes, and there's at least 25% of people in the chat right now looking up on Google VHS tapes. What is this? So while they're doing that, and I give the explanation, let's say you were as gung-ho, crap, about your physical content, and you've got all those VHS tapes, right? Yeah. Eventually, even though you have the technology in your hand, you own it, you're physically holding it. Eventually, right, all the VHS tapes, those are component hookup to TVs. It just doesn't look right. It's stretched out. I mean, there's ways around it, but you really got to work hard to make this thing work. And even when you make it work, it looks like shit. My point being is that's why I think people are okay with going with this digital era and moving forward digitally, because one way, shape, form, or another, crap, even if you're holding the physical disc, eventually the other technology that it plays off of will outdate the physical thing in your hand. Right? So either you're going to have something digital that can be transformed as it moves forward, like what games. We've owned 360 games. Now they're getting 4K enhancements on Xbox, right? They're making that move to make your old content better. Or that physical game, crap, as far as you have it, is only as good as your 360 and whatever TV you can plug it into.
Yeah.
So it has an expiration date. I hate to say it, but it does.
Yeah, I mean, it does, but
to a certain degree.
Yeah, like, look, I still got my NES and stuff and my game, so I
same here, crap.
I changed out the pins on that stuff a while ago, so that stuff works better now than it ever did.
But crap, when you go to plug that NES into your TV, right? You're using a component, right? You're using component cables.
Yeah, I usually buy, like, even with my original Xbox, I bought a box converter for HDMI.
Yep.
But
it still doesn't play as crisp as like a new movie out this year.
Yeah, it doesn't, but it does play better. Like I can, that's how I can get to play Dreamcast and stuff like that. Still, I use VGA cables or whatever, and I can hook it up to a monitor, and it looks good. But that's still all about preservation and stuff. I truly worry about this for a long time. You know what I mean? I don't mind the option, and I'm very interested to see where it goes. Like, do people talk out of their ass when they're all in on, when they're like, yeah, I can't wait? Or are they going to, I can't imagine people giving up their consoles for a streaming only option. Especially as bare bones as Stadia seemed to be. They didn't really give you any information on pricing. It had that really terrible controller. Yeah, you can use other stuff, but it just more or less seems like a YouTube advertisement.
You know what I kind of look at as Stadia, and I know some people just kind of get a kick out of this.
No games.
Well, I mean, Stadia to me is kind of like the paper
Stadia
plate.
Has no games, Mooch.
Right?
No games.
It's the paper plate of the industry. People go, what are you talking about, Mooch? Okay. You go to a picnic, right? And you've got your baked beans, you've got the saucy, you got a lot of saucy dishes. Then you've got your meats, right? Your potato salad, your macaroni salad. You're not going to bring all of your like dishware out to a picnic or a barbecue. So what do? You bring out the paper plates, but those paper plates, right? They're mobile. You can take them anywhere. You can eat off it anywhere you want. But realistically speaking, it doesn't do the same as the dish you eat inside your house, right? It doesn't function the same way as the dish inside your house.
Yeah,
personally, right? I don't mind the paper plate. And when you were a single guy, you love the paper plate.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it's still
because you're all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna eat pizza or whatever,
you know what I mean?
what's it matter?
That's my whole thing is like, I don't. Right now, if you're not a single guy and you're not just out there with your paper plate, I don't necessarily need that streaming option. This is a me problem. I don't need it. I think it's great that it's out there. I don't want people to get rid of the paper plate.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. Here's the thing, guys. You have to remember like the couple of times that we've had it to where our digital games wouldn't launch on Xbox One and people flipped the hell out. Remember, Mooch? Like, It was the end of everybody was just freaking out. Like, I can't play my games. Yeah, I couldn't play mine either. Literally everybody was freaking out about this. Imagine a service where if there's a problem or maintenance, nobody can play at all. To me, there's a lot of variables there and things like that. So I actually hope that we always have that option. And it actually surprises me that Google didn't go with the console, and a little bit disappointed. Like, I remember Boom saying that Friday, right? That he was disappointed that there was no console, and I was too, because I thought it would have been nice to get another player in the ring, besides the Mad Box.
Right.
Mad Box.
You get to listen. You know what's funny? The paper plate reference, just to get back to that, is really funny. There's a lot of guys in the chat, right? A lot of guy gamers, right? So you have all these gamers in here that are the guys. They're all like, "I love paper plates. It's no dishes."
Yeah,
I'm with you. I'm really with you. But at the end of the day, especially when you got a real saucy plate, you don't mind having the actual dishware, and that actual dishware in this case is your dedicated PC, Xbox, PlayStation hardware. I think a lot of people still want to come back to their dishware. That's kind of my thing. I love paper plates. Yeah. I love the idea of playing games on the go. I do. I really do. But at the end of the day, when I'm done with et cetera on the road, I really like to come home, sit on the couch, put on the 65, 70, 75-inch, whatever TV you got in the house, and play the game on dedicated hardware. There's something to that. There's definitely something to that. Again, it doesn't take away from the paper plate, but the hardware dish plate is still better. I think most people would say it's better. Yeah. Not everybody agrees.
Well, I don't think any of the hardcore don't agree. You know what I mean? Like, if people just want to go options or whatever, I'm fine with that.
Failed Pyromancer says my wife makes us wash the paper plates.
Oh my gosh, I feel sorry for you.
Failed Pyromancer, that made my day. That was an outstanding comment. I loved it.
Yeah, great. You got to save. You got to reuse the paper plates because you don't want them to ruin anything. I totally get it. What do you think about some of these PlayStation exclusives like Detroit going to PC? Because I found it to be kind of interesting the way the guy just was like, you don't need a PlayStation 4 anymore. Like kind of just threw Sony under the bus or whatever. I think there might be a little bit of bad blood there or something along those lines. You know what I mean? Like, it just seems to me.
I apologize.
Detroit, like that whole Dream situation. These games are coming to PC, and people are worried that this might be the future for them.
Right. It is though, Crap. It is. That's the thing. It's not. This shouldn't be anybody who's a PlayStation fan or an Xbox fan or even a Nintendo. Well, Nintendo has made the least amount of strides to get there, Crap. But realistically, I think that that is the future. That's where everything's going. You can't honestly sit there, Crap. If I'm Xbox, you're Sony, right? You're the head. You're the CEO. You would not be able to sit too long in your seat while you're getting projected numbers of how much I'm making on a piece of software, an IP that has been 3 years old, not being purchased. All of a sudden, I move it over to this other platform, this other sales device, and now I'm raking in money. When you look down into your drawer, you've got thousands upon thousands of IP that's literally sitting there that you can make more money on. It's just a matter of time, Crap, till you go, I'm doing what he's doing. Because I got news for you. I want to make that money too.
And the thing is this game is owned by, those games are owned by Sony. So yeah, that is a little bit weird to me. Like that the IPs are actually owned by Sony, even though Quantic Dream made them.
That means Sony's getting a cut.
Yeah, like those games probably didn't end up selling as well as they probably really initially hoped. Hey, over 300 watching. Please hit the like button, man. We really appreciate it. Even though this is Mooch's channel, we got Salty, Mel, Xbot. Yeah.
Hit the subscribe subscribe button, guys.
Yeah, hit the subscribe button.
Even a dedicated tip jar to donation. I feel like I'm playing the piano every Sunday morning with a tip jar.
Exactly.
I should start doing this podcast with sunglasses on.
We should do one of our voicemails though. Who do we got up first there? Gadang.
We got G-Man 1172. He's up first.
G-Man's
Jerky
always
boy.
a riot, man. Jerky boy G-Man. It's gonna be great.
Yeah,
Okay.
this one should be very interesting. Here we go.
Here we
Let's
go.
go.
M&C Show. Hey guys, it's G-Man 1172. Everybody's, well, maybe not everybody's favorite opinionated New Yorker. You know what I mean? Yeah, guys, love the show. Things are going good. Real quick, couple thoughts. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Yeah, it's making its case as the best hack and slash action adventure game, of this generation, and that includes God of War, because this game has combat that is just. You really feel like you have to learn how to battle with a sword. It's unbelievable. Second, remember I told you guys that song's growing on me, man. You know what I mean? The theme song's growing on me, but you got to give credit where credit's due. I think the best theme song in podcasts is Titan Drago's for the Saltiest Gaming Podcast. If you haven't heard it, you haven't lived yet. Anyway, G-Man 1172 signing off. Good show. Great talking to you.
That was G-Man 1172. Titan.
Love the G-Man.
Yeah,
He's great.
yeah. I'm glad that the song's growing on him.
Yes.
Yeah, always good. No, I mean, me and him go back and forth sometimes on things, but it's always just in discussion and things like that. So that's one of the fun things about doing podcasts and these kind of shows is not everybody has to share the same opinion. And
Right.
Okay, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. So it is okay, and we really do appreciate all you guys and things like that. So thank you guys.
Absolutely. Can't stress that enough. And that's the thing. I say it all the time. I say it more and more on shows to kind of keep conversation open. I love a little bit of a difference in opinion here and there. There's a lot of times I've had my favorite shows. You guys all know, especially New Yorkers know your drive into work it can be long and tedious, right? Like you get in there, you listen to your morning talk show. And there's times I'm not agreeing, crap. I don't agree sometimes with my favorite talk show host, but I kind of like the banter and I like to hear both points of view. So it's always good to strike up conversation. Outstanding stuff going on in the chat too. Thanks everybody. Dude, guys, retweet this out, share it. Let people know we're here. Some people they don't know. They don't know. It's Sunday morning. They're still eating their breakfast. Crap. What do you think
Especially on the West Coast?
Well, absolutely on the West Coast.
Get your asses up.
They still haven't woke up yet. Yeah, I was gonna say it's except for Salty. Salty's dedicated.
He's got no daylight savings time to deal with.
That's right, which is a great thing.
Yeah.
That being said, crap. Listen. I know you're not playing the game. I know it's not your bag.
Yeah.
Okay, but Sekiro is just outstanding. G-Man brought it up. It's really really outstanding. The game is. I've always liked. What Neo brought, but Neo was kind of missing something. The way that they kind of penalized the player, it just didn't jive with me. But I like the way From Software is making this ninja game, this this hack and slash. If you, it's not just hack and slash. Hack and slash is more of like a Devil May Cry a game, but not necessarily in the sense of the way that Sekiro is. Crap, do you see that? Like, what is it that kind of someone like yourself, when you see this game, do you just see Dark Souls, or or do you can you start to see that it's not quite Dark Souls? There is a difference.
I see Dark Souls, and that's basically it, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. And I understand that because they put a lot of mechanics in here that resemble that, like the lock on, all that kind of stuff. So when you're watching gameplay, I could very easily see you turning around saying, "Nope. Didn't play Dark Souls, and I'm not playing that."
Yeah, like it's not even a game that I'm really interested in playing, Yeah.
So, well, Fail Pyromancer says Neo is hard. Let me tell you something, Fail Pyromancer. I think nobody gives this credit except for apparently me and you. I think Neo is harder than Souls. I think it's harder than Bloodborne, and I think it's harder. Well, I'm only 2 hours into Sekiro. That's my take on it. I think that
are you streaming it on Twitch?
I am. I did 2 hours yesterday. It was great.
You're a new Twitch streamer. You got all the Mooch Maniacs out there supporting you.
Well, I'm trying to get the Mooch Maniacs out there. Crap, it's funny. Mixer, of course, we're Xbox, right? Xbox Central. So we got to do the Xbox centric stuff. So the minute I go live, me and you would just do a random mixer, right? We get like 7,500 people, but that's also all of our friends. Everybody's on. Everybody gets alerted on Xbox. Twitch, man, I feel like I'm out there I'm selling a brand new vacuum cleaner to everybody door to door. Okay. Yeah. I'm out there doing it from get-go. Like you're from the ground up. So you get like 20 people, which isn't bad. You know, people tell me, they go, it's not bad.
Yeah.
I go, I know it's not bad, but I wouldn't mind 100 Mooch Maniacs. I put the link down below in the description, folks. Hit the twitch.tv, the Mooch 78. Click follow. I've been crap. Let me take a minute. I appreciate you letting me do this. Just, the great and talented Sean LeBray hooked me up with some. He made me emotes. Now, emotes on certain things are not a big deal, but they're a big deal on Twitch. So when I become an affiliate, which I hope is by the end of next week, I think I have those numbers in and recorded. Once that happens, I have already got great artwork emotes that when you subscribe to Mooch's channel, you'll get them and you can use them on various different channels. They're great. And it's basically, let me put it this way to you. It's Mooch yelling. And they are hand-drawn. They are hand-drawn specific to my face, my character that we've created. It's awesome. Outstanding stuff by Sean LeBray. An absolute talent beyond. We're all ants to him, okay? That's how good this guy is. He is an amazing digital artist. That being said, check it out, guys. Stop by. You know, crap, I do a different thing. I don't just play the game. I go check out the videos, the VODs that are up. I do a full commentating on the game. And yesterday I brought in Sin Vendetta, who is a Dark Souls guru. Okay. He's got well over 2,000 hours into these games. And I brought him on. It's a single player game. He just did the commentating and kind of talked about some of the stuff in the history. So there's a lot of banter back and forth. You don't just see gameplay. You actually get educated on the game. It's fun. It's fantastic. I'm trying a different spin on it. That's not a podcast. It's more about the game, but it's discussion pieces. So, you know, that's my shtick, crap. I am trying to do something. It's not easy, but I love a good challenge, crap.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's always kind of bold to go out there and try to, you know, expand your horizons and do that kind of stuff. I can remember when we were doing that PlayStation stream with Drawn to Death or whatever.
Yes.
We had that, dude. We had over 100 people watching then.
Crap, listen, I got news for you. I can't wait. You just say when after. I know, you know, sometimes after Crossfire is the best, right? We're already out. We're in game mode. We just talk games for 2 hours. If you want to do any stream, I don't care. It could be anything from a multiplayer we haven't tried, or even go back to Sea of Thieves. I'd be down.
Hey, let me ask you this. Somebody wants to know if you scream yell on Twitch as well. So.
You know, let me tell you something. So is it podcast screaming? No. But there is some screaming that comes into play, especially with dying over and over again in Sekiro.
Yeah, so, I can imagine.
There's a bit of frustration there, crap.
Well, yeah, I mean, so is it a Dark Souls-esque type of difficulty?
You know, I'm going to go ahead and say yes, okay? It's in that world. But I don't feel like the way you're penalized in the game is as bad as other games. Again, I'm only about 2 hours in, but you know, crap. When you start over and you die, you get a chance to be reborn. Okay,
yeah.
You get to you try again. So you'll always get at least 2 chances at the enemy or boss or the area you're in without any losses. Then after that, yeah, you'll lose whatever that in-game. And pardon me for not knowing all the terminology yet. But there's an in-game currency, which is like souls, but it's not souls. It's something else. That you'll lose half or a little bit more than that every time you do die, okay? And then you will start, when you start, you do have to go through that area again and kill all the enemies. But crap, the thing about it is this. Much like the game Trials Fusion or Trials Rising, you know that game very well with the bike, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, crap, the first 2 times you do the course, you're like, what the fuck? You're like, I don't even know what to do here. This is ridiculous, right? But then after you do the course 2, 3, 4 times, you're like, oh, okay. I know when to pull back on the bike. I know when to push forward. I know when to release off the gas, right? That's what you get in this game. As you go through it, you may get very frustrated, crap, the first 2 times you go through this one area. Yeah. But on the 3rd time, you kind of learn how to play the game. And I don't mean play the game like, oh, I get to play. You learn how to play, how to beat, how to be more precise than the game. You'll kind of shimmy this way. You'll do a sneak attack. You'll know that this character over here looks over and looks that way for 4 or 5 seconds. You'll run over, do another sneak attack, or you'll know how to do a front attack on somebody differently than you did the first 2 times because you've learned their attack pattern. Okay. Yeah. It's a lot like a Metal Gear Solid kind of. You know, that's what I always tell people. It's Dark Souls and Metal Gear Solid kind of stealth. You know? So if anyone who's played, and shout out to James176 who says resurrect. That is what it was. Thank you. Sometimes words don't come immediately to the Mooch on a podcast. But I do that's exactly what it is. I would say that you would be okay with it, Crap, but because of your schedule and what's going on, this game may only be a 15 to 20 hour runtime, but at the same time, Crap, it's probably, and realistically, it's probably about 40 hours because you got to play the goddamn thing at least like 2-3 times over to get the gist.
Yeah, I understand that, and I'm glad that there's a game out there that a lot of people seem to be enjoying. It's getting really good reviews as well, so that's always good. Yeah, I want games to do well, so
yes.
That's one of those things that I tell people. It's funny. I was looking at Cheap Ass Gamer, and they have the PlayStation Classic was $39.99.
I saw that.
And I'm looking at all the comments after that, and everybody's like, just a bit more to go. When it's $20, I'll get it. What do you think about $20 for that thing?
I'm with you on that. I'm okay with that. Let's be honest. We can sit here and be funny about it, okay, and go, I'm waiting for it to be $9.99. Okay, yeah.
$20 is a decent point for something.
Yeah, $19.99 makes sense, Crap. Yeah. Okay, especially if you're a collector.
Yeah.
Fail Pyromancer. What do you mean? Crap, don't listen to Mooch. I thought that was a pretty accurate run through. I thought I gave you a hell of a depiction of that game. I can see where From Software might not want to hire me, right? But it wasn't bad.
Not terrible, I don't think.
Right? But anyway, no, Crap, I do think that the PlayStation Classic, $20 is a fair price.
Yeah.
Myself personally, I'm still out, but that's not because of the price. The games, I have 0.0 interest in any of the games in that collection.
Well, the big problem with the games are games in that era looked absolutely the worst. And for me personally, that's probably why I would never even if I bought it, I probably wouldn't even play it because I actually have one of those small PS1s with the screen, and the screen makes the games look a little bit better because it's just a small screen. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But playing that shit on a on a big screen just doesn't appeal to me at all. Now, Mooch, I know we didn't get to talk about this on Crossfire. The Xbox One SAT edition, supposedly to release May 7th, and there was some box art that came out and things like that. According to Windows Central and Jez Gordon and all those lovely people over there. So
let me tell you something, Crap. That box art looked like a salad bowl set.
I have to tell you that this thing, if it's okay, it has to be, in my opinion, smaller than the S.
Okay.
Just creating one without a disk drive isn't going to do it. Something tells me that this thing looks like it's going to, if it does release, it's still going to be $200, which I think is a little bit high of a price point. The thing that really kind of blows my mind as a stupid thing,
right,
is the fact that it's only going to be 1 terabyte hard drive,
right,
with Forza Horizon 3, Sea of Thieves, and Minecraft.
Yeah, it's an interesting combo of games.
No Game Pass bundled with it, or Xbox Live, I don't believe. So, Forza Horizon 3, really? Sea of Thieves, Minecraft?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's again, I don't know. I don't know who sits at Microsoft and makes these decisions and says, why wouldn't you throw? You really want to sell that product? Throw in Forza Horizon 4, an award-winning this year. It's a 2018, 2019 game. Kind of look at it as the sports franchises, right? Crap. It is the 2018, 2019 version of that game. That's new. It's refreshing. You put that out there. The minute you say Forza Horizon 3, if anybody's paying attention, it already feels like you're buying an old and used box.
Yep.
And I mean, Minecraft is already, Minecraft is what it is. I'm not going to make Minecraft any more or any less than what it is. You guys in the chat, you guys listening later, all know what Minecraft is, and you already have a mental picture of what Minecraft means to you. I'm not going to change that.
Yeah,
but Salty goes, they should have bundled it with antidepressants. That might be the absolute quote of the year. My thing is this: how about that box art?
Yeah.
I mean, really, and you know what it looked like? It looked like a 21-piece Tupperware set. It looks terrible.
It does.
Did you see that? That looks like if you ever walk by Target or Walmart when they got that Tupperware set. It's got like that faded green, that pea green with some grays and white. It looks terrible. And the games that are included on the side that are written, it looks like warning instructions from just like toxic, stay away.
Stay away. Yeah. It does look like
who's doing this?
Yeah.
My God.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't want to like like just dog on Microsoft, but
it's not dogging.
It's not. That is just horrible.
I'm looking at the box. I saw the box, and I actually thought it was a joke.
So I see Salty, who's in the chat, I believe, still, and he posted a thing, the PS4 games he wants to play if he ever gets a PS4, and it's Bloodborne, God of War, Neo, Spider-Man, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yes, me and him had a great conversation earlier on Twitter about this.
Yeah, I would throw in the Uncharted games or whatever.
That's what I said. Did you see my reply to him?
Yeah, at least I would say at least play Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
They, not so important really to play the other ones because they kind of throw out the other ones anyway. But yeah, I would definitely say Uncharted 4. Yeah, I mean, The Last of Us is something that a lot of people like.
I mean, I understand
it's not my bag, but yeah.
But
I'll admit it's a good game. It's just very clunky for me and not something that I had fun. It was like slow for my taste. But I think he would probably like.
You know what I would like? Listen, you know what's funny? I got to tell you something. It's a lot of fun to game with Salt. Salt, I know you've made decisions on when you built the PC, but I would encourage Salt or anybody, if you don't have an Xbox at this point or you don't have a PlayStation, I say go get it. And by the way, I wish Enrique was still in the chat. Enrique went and got a PS4 Pro. I would say people have been asking me for weeks. They're like, Mooch, should I get a PS4 Pro? I'll be really frank with you guys. I would say go ahead and grab a PlayStation Slim.
Yeah.
You can get it brand new and bundled with like a couple of games. And I know people that are playing PlayStation 4 games on their Slim, and they're not upset at all that they don't have a Pro.
Yeah,
and I went from Slim to Pro, and I don't see much of a difference, honestly.
It's not. I mean, it works better for the VR because I've tested that.
Right, VR, yes.
Both. Yeah, but if you're just looking to game or whatever, it's fine. But it's like my older brother, who's the epitome of casual. He has a Slim, and he was just, God of War, Spider-Man. Like if you're just a gamer that likes good game, I think Lethal Pop, I don't know if he has a Pro or not, but I've seen him posting some screenshots from like, what is that? The Uncharted DLC Lost Legacy, right? And he's been playing some PS4. What was that?
I don't know.
Yeah, weird. Oh, okay. Sully! Which, by the way, I like the little thing where during the intro song, and he's like, we got this and this, and then they pop up now. I don't know how that's been a thing, but that's awesome.
It's been a thing. But I'll tell you right now, Crap.
I'm so slayed on that.
It's been a thing.
It looks amazing, though. I love it.
I do
awesome.
Too. But you know what? No, one of the things, Crap, and I know you didn't try it, but I mean, I put hours. When I say hours, I probably put about 40 hours into it, maybe more, 45, 50 hours. I don't know. I played a lot of The Last of Us multiplayer. Yeah. I thought that was really outstanding. So that's why I'd be excited to see someone like Salt and get with Lethal Papa and play play that. It's a 4-person squad up, and it is fun, man. You got to play as a team, and I really truly enjoyed that multiplayer. I hope The Last of Us 2 takes that game and capitalizes and builds off of it, because I'll tell you, Crap, The Last of Us 2 is already going to get me for a certain amount of hours. I'm probably going to play through it twice, but then on top of that, I'm going to be playing that multiplayer. If it's the same, they change it to like an Uncharted multiplayer, I'm out.
Yeah, exactly. That. Well, I don't know what the hell they did to that.
I don't either.
Yeah. So, but I mean, like, Part 4 was really bad. Remember, we played it.
We did play it.
Easy. I was slapping around people because it's so casual.
It's so casual.
You don't even need really to have a jump on anybody. It's just like,
that was so casual. It made Battlefront 2 look like Halo. But boom. Thank you, folks. Don't forget to tip Mooch in the tip jar down below. It's funny who was saying it. I think it was G-Man says that Mooch is our piano man from New York. Absolutely. That being said, Crap, right?
Yeah.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Let me do a quick shout out, Crap. Patty Doc75 and VG Gamer 80, while we did that little rant about Twitch, went ahead and clicked on it and followed me. So I want to say thanks to those guys in the chat. I appreciate that.
Do yourselves a favor, man. Mooch is highly entertaining, and
I appreciate that.
He does really good streams and stuff like that. So go ahead and
I'm trying.
Yeah,
all you can do, Crap.
Well, I mean, yeah, it is all you can do, but you're doing a good job. You're an entertaining guy. Hopefully I can do something.
I hope you do.
Too. Yeah, I would like to be able to. I think it would be a good time. I remember having a good time. We did Friday the 13th.
That's an open door. It's an open door policy. Come on in. The water's warm. I got news for you. You're always welcome on a stream, buddy. I know you're traveling a lot, and to be honest with you, because we both do a lot of this, podcasting gig. And then in between, the times that I'm streaming are odd times. Let's be honest, right?
Yeah.
It's like Monday night, Tuesday night, then I'm doing Saturday afternoon, and then I'm doing sometimes Sunday. I'm trying to lock down hours, but between podcasting and life and work and et cetera, it's tough to find a spot.
Yeah.
You know? Raymond Morel says Mooch is the guy in the train station with the saxophone. That's great.
Yeah, give him
more like a trumpet
too,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, throw me 50 cents. I'll play you a tune. Probably won't sound like the way you want to hear it.
Yeah, hey, and hit that like button, guys. Let's we got another voicemail.
Yes,
who we got next, Gadang?
Yes.
We got Suicide King. He's up next.
Awesome.
All right, Suicide King.
Suicide Kings.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
What up, Mooch, Crap, Gadang, Suicide King here. First off, want to say, Gadang, you are kicking ass. The show's coming along really nicely, and just keep up the great work, buddy. Wanted to talk this week about Crackdown 3 and its awful showing in NPD, or should I say its no showing in NPD. Wait for laughs, and I've had Game Pass since Sea of Thieves came out. And I've just kept rolling with it because, honestly, every month there's probably 2 games or more that I want to check out. And if I was to buy even one of those games, at minimum, it's going to cost me $10 probably. So the value's there, and I've been really happy with it. But as far as first-party Xbox games go, I bought each and every one up until, you guessed it, Crackdown 3. This is for a few reasons. First off, I did not 100% trust Game Pass. I'm thinking if this flops hard, Microsoft might just ditch it, and then we're all kind of stuck there. Or they're talking about games coming, going, rotating, and frankly, I'm just used to owning my games. But what I've really come to realize over this past year is 99% of the time, when I buy a game, I either beat it or I get my fill of that game. I delete that shit off my hard drive and never think about it again. So Crackdown 3 is getting ready to launch, and Mooch knows better than anyone how good it feels to save $60. So I'm thinking I'm going to Game Pass this thing. Comes out, I have a blast with it. Honestly, it was a fun, really fun game. I basically 100%ed the campaign, but then I was done with it, deleted the game, moved on. What I'm finding out now is I'm buying less games than I have in a long time. If it's a indie game, I do not even think about that because you know that shit's going to Game Pass. AAA games, some of the big ones now even, they're launching into Game Pass 3 months after they come out. So unless it's a game I am just dying to play, I'm going to wait for Game Pass. I'm thinking there's other people out there doing the same thing, trusting Game Pass more and kind of, getting in the swing of it and not buying as many games. Anyway, guys, that is my thought. Interested to hear yours. Have a great Sunday. Peace.
That was Suicide King.
Well, I mean,
Suicide
King, he went on a bit there, but I'll tell you, some of what he said is kind of like, I think, boy, if Microsoft was listening to what he said, Microsoft right now, somebody just popped a bottle of champagne early in the morning over there.
Yeah.
That's what they want you to do, right, Crap? They want you to kind of hold out, see what's going on. We saw it with Shadow of the Tomb Raider. It came 3 months after or 4 months after it launched. I said that in my opinion, I don't know if it's true or not, but I do believe that Metro Exodus will probably be coming to Game Pass 3 or 4 months after it launches. Pardon me. And I don't know. I think a lot of people are maybe doing that. But here's my point. Suicide King is a hardcore gamer.
Yeah.
So, Mike, this is what I was saying the other day, is I feel Game Pass, it kind of Superman 2'd on Microsoft.
Yeah.
They put this out there for the casual because they're like, the hardcore buys everything. If they do it, that's fine. If we want hardcore too.
We had a good comment the other day though during Crossfire when somebody said the casuals don't care about 200 games. They only care about certain games.
It's and I know a lot of people have a hard time understanding that, but to a certain extent, if you think about it more and more, it holds some water because my friends that are casuals, and trust me, they're casuals. My friends play the NBA 2K games, right? Crap. they'll play
Yeah.
Madden, they play Call of Duty, and then they'll play any free-to-play game, right? They'll play, like they all have Fortnite, they all have Apex, right? I even gifted two of my friends a year ago, not now, a year ago, PUBG, which they totally didn't like at all, I might add.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, and now when I say Fortnite, everybody goes, Fortnite, boo! Boo that man, right?
Boo that man.
But
Yeah.
back when Fortnite was giving you Battle Royale at 60 frames, crisp and clear, right, Crap? And PUBG was giving you rubber banding at 30 frames, or I should say 19 frames. Fortnite looked like it was the overall winner.
Yeah.
So that being said, the casuals don't necessarily care about 200, 300, 400 games in a. I'm finding that I'm seeing more hardcore are grabbing. I know in Lethal, Lethal, you gotta understand something. I know I'm asking you to think outside the box because Lethal says casuals don't care about 200 games. I think they do. Tons of games to play. Who doesn't want that? Lethal, I agree. But look around the country, if you will. If you remember into the mid-90s, there was buffets every corner. There was buffets everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? But now they're still around, but they're not so many buffets because people don't want to go in there and eat grade D meat, right? And just absolutely get filled to the nines.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I understand what you're saying there, but like the casual still only plays. There's a reason they're casual. What do you think? The casual gamer gets in the Game Pass and all of a sudden they become hardcore in 24 hours? Is it like a serum? Do they drink it and all of a sudden they want to play 200 games? It's not that they don't like it. First of all, they're not being told about it.
Yeah.
Second of all, it's a subscription base. Right? These casuals are also paying for Netflix, Hulu. They're buying AMC. They're buying HBO Go. They've got Showtime. They've got all these things a la carte. So, yes, I think more like Suicide King. They subscribe for a month, then they get rid of it for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. So
Yeah.
I understand it's hard for some people to wrap their mind around this thought process, but I think this is kind of Superman 2ing on Microsoft. I think you've got the hardcore buying Game Pass and not the number of casuals they wanted.
Probably.
It's an interesting thought, isn't it? I mean, give me that.
It is because, I think a lot of casuals tend to want the Maddens or the Call of Duties, you know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. Destiny, whatever, whatever their the flavor of the month is.
Right.
And so that could be something that that we see as a reason why there might not be as much of a influx of casuals as they might think. And I do think Microsoft is going to try their best to actually, get more and more MMOs and that kind of stuff involved into Game Pass. You know what I mean? Because I think those are the type of people you get them hooked on something like a Destiny, like an Anthem.
Yes.
And then you'll see how quickly people
I'm
really.
not saying Game Pass isn't a success. I think it's doing well. I just don't think it's doing what they originally intended it to do.
Yeah,
now,
I think
it may morph into that.
Yeah. They've got to get those big bangers in there every couple and then have stuff in between.
Yes.
And
they will.
Even if it's not exclusive,
but
like
I
get some big third party stuff in there.
I asked Senor Bombastic on Crossfire. I said to him, hey, Boom, do you have any friends that are casual? He goes, absolutely. I said, do me a favor. I said, this weekend, write him a text or give him a call and say, hey, I don't know about you, but I can't wait for Ninja Theory's new game to come out. And I think their answer is going to be Ninja Theory. Is that a new Quentin Tarantino movie? They have no idea, right? They don't know what. So when everybody's like, Mooch, calm down. Mooch, calm yourself. Okay? Game Pass is going to have all these games. They're all new IP.
Yeah.
That's hardcore that's excited.
Yep.
Nobody that's casual knows what Ninja Theory is. Ninja Theory, the theory of ninjas. They don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I have a hard time
the games that they did.
I have a hard time talking my casual friends into the new Call of Duty, and they know what that is.
Yeah.
I
agree. Yep. You're not wrong, man.
So, it's
100% not wrong.
Shout out to Salty. Salty, just I'll do it out live. Pardon me for not doing it. To leave a voice mail, it's MC Show Live on Skype. Shame on us for not putting it out there.
Yeah, we should
MC
definitely.
Show Live Yeah, I should have put that out there. I apologize.
Yeah, we should also link that shit so that people can find it a little bit easier. You know what I mean? Just because we really do like to get the voicemails and things like that, and still working on the ability to call in and stuff like that. So
now this being the case, right? And what I'm saying, I do see the future being bright. So all of a sudden, you go down 12 months, 18 months, right? Crap. And Xbox has this MMO style game in Game Pass. You know, like we'll say like a Destiny. I hate to keep using that all the time, but like a Destiny or something like that. You know, it's funny. G-Man goes, ninjas are no longer a theory now that Sekiro is out. That's awesome. Yes, it's all together, Assault. MC Show Live, no spaces on Skype. And again, pardon us for not getting that out clearer. That's our fault.
Yeah, our bad.
Yeah, no, it's a good point though. That will be in the description moving forward and be talked about more often. Kadang, if we could, maybe we could even put that in the ticker if it's not already before we list our Patreon folks.
I could put it in a ticker. I could put it I could do it. I'll figure it out. I'll get it set up and I'll send you a little copy and get your approval.
I appreciate that, buddy, but I always have faith in Kadang. Sully sends me something. I just immediately respond. I have an auto response for Sully. It's a thumbs up. Okay, whatever Sully puts out, I approve.
Hey, we've got one more voicemail we should get to.
We should do that voicemail. But great conversation in the chat and on the panel.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Who do we
Juice
got?
Pouch. We got Juice Pouch next.
All right, Juice Pouch.
Okay, here we go.
Mooch, crap. This is Juice Pouch. I just thought it was really interesting, but you know, I don't think there's a lot of, Xbox YouTube channels, compared to Nintendo and PlayStation. You see, I find a lot of Nintendo channels that talk about the platform overall, and I find a lot of PlayStation channels that talk about PlayStation's platform overall. Now, on the Xbox, what I find a lot is a lot of specific content creators. For example, there's a lot of Halo channels. There's a lot of Sea of Thieves YouTube channels. There's a lot of Forza YouTube channels. Do you think that's a good or a bad thing? Do you think we need more, Xbox platform kind of YouTube channels? I just wanted to know what you guys were thinking. Thank you.
That was Juice Pouch.
Yeah, he brings up some good points, Mooch. What do you think about that?
Well, I didn't catch what he was trying to say about he was saying that there's a Sea of Thieves YouTube channel, this and that. What was he? Is he asking that there should be more YouTube channels in what reference? What way?
Like just strictly Xbox, I guess.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, can I just take a second? I want to go back to Juice Pouch. The Pulpit, it was awesome, by the way. Great guy in the chat. Pulpit wrote me here. He goes, I gifted Game Pass to a couple casual friends, and they loved it. But I get where Mooch is coming from. So then I wrote to him. I said, Pulpit, the question is, will they renew it? I said, I think some won't that are casual. Pulpit just wrote me back. He goes, Mooch, neither of them did, with a smiley face. That's my point. I don't think it's there. Like my friend, a good friend of mine that I did a hell of a sales pitch on Game Pass. Let me tell you guys, I did a hell of a sales pitch. I wish I recorded it. Okay. Because what I did for Microsoft on that one sales pitch, and he went and he got it. He did 1 month, $10. Never went back. Never went back. And he's not anti-Microsoft. He doesn't even have a PlayStation.
Yeah.
And it was something where he goes, I don't feel like paying that monthly service. I'm already paying Hulu. I'm already playing. And listen, this is a small sample service. Guys, don't go by what I'm saying. My sample size here for like things these are small census readings, okay? So don't go by what I'm giving you. I'm just saying to you, this is how I feel. My eyes are on the internet. I'm watching people, and I'm watching more hardcore be like, well, I did it. And I'm like, what'd you do? I decided, Mooch, I'm going to go ahead and do Game Pass. Why not, right? Right now. I buy everything anyway. So, it's no skin off my nose. And I'm like, all right, great. But guess what? For the casual gamer who buys one or none, $120 is a lot.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what I'm saying. I think that, and I like your point, Crap. If you play one game or two games a year, because that's the way that your schedule allows it, and you're not hardcore, You think just because you get 200 games, you're going to stop doing all the other things you do and become a hardcore gamer overnight?
Yeah, you're not.
No,
And
you're
most
not. My friends are not hardcore. They're
there's a lot
not.
of 360 games in there too. You know what I mean? Like I think it's definitely
a great service.
It's gotten much better since it first started for sure. But like you said, I've gifted it to people,
Yeah.
and they don't. And then like I gifted it to somebody, and then they saw me playing soccer cars the other day. I was just messing around, right? And they go, "Oh man, I wish I had this." I was like, "Well, I gifted you Game Pass. Why don't you just download it?" And they're like, "It's on there." Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That happens to me a little bit. So
it does. And like I said, don't get me wrong. I think things can change. I think things can change, and Game Pass can be even better than it is. And they might just reach that casual market. But in order for them to reach that casual market, they have to put the games in there that the casual people want to play.
Yes.
You know, Shadow the Tomb Raider, guys. Metro, not casual. Sorry.
Yep.
Listen, I love Sekiro.
Tangle 2, casual.
I'm about, okay, I know Gears comes out this year, so it's hard to say. Okay, it's hard for me to say this right now. But Sekiro's probably going to be 1 or 2, you know, in my game of the year, okay? But hear me out. Crap.
Wow.
Gears is probably going to win. But hear me out. I got to be honest with you. There's no way Sekiro goes in Game Pass. You think I'm going to change my tune? You think all my friends that are casuals that don't even like to play, like, there's no way they're going to play Sekiro, and that's a big game for hardcore.
You know what the funny thing is I was thinking about this just now because you brought it up. Gears is a super hardcore game. Like that might not be.
Yeah, but it's a household name.
It is, but you know what? Think about this, okay? Gears multiplayer, super difficult, right? There's a steep ass learning curve there.
You know, there is. I guess it depends on the game mode.
I've tried to play that game with people who maybe weren't big Gears fans or and they get their ass kicked.
Yeah.
And then they're off that game forever, right?
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, you don't really want to keep playing games where you just keep getting your butt kicked all the damn time, you know? And
I get that. I get
exactly.
that.
Yeah, that's exactly.
But I do think that, you know, depending on where they go with Gears 5, depending on where they go with it, it could be really, really something great. And you know, Crap, I know what you mean, but when we played a bunch of, remember when we went through that phase there? We played about like 6, 7, 8 weeks, and we were streaming a lot of it.
Yes.
We were playing Gears, and I thought we all held our own pretty damn well. There were times you kind of get your ass handed to you when you get up against a squad that's like, you notice that you have like 80, 100, 200 hours into a game, and they have commas. You know what I mean? Like 2,000, 2,500.
Yeah.
You're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You know, you almost feel like you're playing Rod Ferguson. You know, it's like, holy shit, this guy's really, like, he just lives, breathes, and eats Gears. But I mean, I still think Gears multiplayer is reachable for most multiplayer gamers. I don't think you have to be that hardcore. Maybe now.
Game, I even still get my ass kicked sometimes. Like if I haven't played in a while.
I should revisit it.
If I haven't played in a while, I'll go in and I'll just get slapped. And then I'll not want to play it. I have to usually stick with it for a few maps.
Yeah.
Before
Crap, we can get back. You were talking about Juice Bomb's. Is it Juice Bomb? Juice Box?
Juice Pouch.
Juice.
Juice Pouch. Yeah.
Juice is loose.
Is he?
Yeah.
Somebody get him quick.
I love it. Right. So I love it. So why don't we do Crap? What do you think about that? Channels? Xbox related channels?
Xbox related channels. It's hard to say because
Pouch is alluding to.
Yeah, like Xbox related channels, and he's talking about how like the the Nintendo and PlayStation ones seem to talk a lot about Xbox.
Right.
Maybe even more so than the PlayStation or Nintendo. So
you'd have to have dedicated people, like, and of course I'm just using myself and Crap and Sully as an example. You'd have to have like an M&C be that dedicated channel, or somebody, because Xbox doing their own dedicated channel, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right. Xbox has a channel on YouTube, and my God, you look at they sometimes just don't get any hits at all. Crap.
Yeah, depending on what it is, you know what I mean?
Well, shout out to Salty. Like when Salty covers Inside Xbox, I watch his on his channel.
Yeah.
Than watching it on the Xbox channel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that to me, I'd rather hear the commentating coming, and that's the same thing I've been saying for a while. Xbox just doesn't have that persona. They don't have those people there that are entertaining. So I don't know. For some reason, I don't know if you're going to be able to do what Juice Pouch wants. That's not easy to accomplish.
It's not. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. There's LG Nemesis says Xbox has a lot of channels. I don't know that they have a lot of channels. I mean, there's some fluff channels for sure.
I wouldn't agree with that.
Yeah, you know.
There's what's that one channel there, crap, with the guys over from the UK, Outside Xbox.
Yeah.
So they got Outside Xbox, but that's not really, pro Xbox. They kind of talk about everything there.
Yeah. That's more of a new thing. They used to mostly just talk about Xbox.
They used to, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's what is Benny on? Benny
I
Central.
think he's on one of those Xbox
it's a different
channels.
Yeah, but it's Xbox on. That's
Yeah.
it. So there's that, Sully, but I don't know. I don't really necessarily know if that's not exactly what I think Xbox fans are looking to tune into all the time. But it's because they don't talk about both sides of the coin, right?
Yeah,
So
I mean,
they're always just everything's just positive and upbeat. It's like, tune in to Outside Xbox tomorrow, and don't forget, before you sit down, light a candle.
Yeah.
What?
You're not wrong.
Can we think freely? I mean, it's like I don't understand. So let's see here. Oh, that's awesome. Well, 9 Live says, I found your channel, Mooch, from Dealers Podcast. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have Dealer, Salty, and I don't want to name because I'm going to leave people out. You've got Rand, you've got Crap, you've got Sully, you got Mooch. And it goes Noof Nukem. I mean, it goes on and on and on. And there's tons of people doing podcasts, and they are Xbox centric, and that's where I think a lot of people are going, because you get to hear the good, the bad, and the ugly on every console.
Yeah,
and I think that's something that kind of me and Crap kind of came around to between 2013 and 2017. To be honest with you, because I mean, Xbox kind of they've gained in some categories and they've lost a little panache in other categories.
Yeah.
I'm
not really sure exactly. It's like, I don't know. There wasn't hardly any Xbox love for many years, you know what I mean, or Xbox related channels, and now it's really hard to tell what's what in terms of Xbox. And then there's fluff channels out there as well that just like everything is perfect that Xbox does. You know what I mean? It's like that with a lot of PlayStation ones too. But the thing is, originally the Xbox channels weren't like that. Like they would cover the bad stuff too, or like have stronger opinions. And now it's like everybody's just like every move is the right one,
right?
Like they don't question anything that Microsoft does.
G-Man says no, Mooch. Outside Xbox isn't paid for by Microsoft. I never said it was. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything of the sort. I just said Outside Xbox is too fluffy. It's too like everything's just great. Everything's great.
Yeah.
Go back and watch their State of Decay 2 coverage.
Oh my God.
My character just fell through the floor. He was probably intended to. All right, let's play again. Like right. What? No, it's not supposed to happen. Like everything's great, right? You know what I mean? Hey, my game was reset. My Xbox blew up like a used toaster. That's supposed to happen, right?
It's supposed to, yes. Right? Right? Like all that stuff's supposed to happen.
Yes, it is. You gotta keep them happy. That's it. I mean, just do every quest and you'll be fine.
I think
just hit the go back button or whatever it is.
I think Outside Xbox plays REM's Shiny Happy People on repeat.
Oh,
right.
Oh,
I think that's what they do. I mean, like, listen, it's not, things aren't doom and gloom, but things aren't always rainbows and butterflies,
Yeah. Well, for me, it was much more of a thing when Xbox was really an underdog. You know what I mean? Like, and now I don't think it's as much of an underdog, and they've got the most powerful hardware and things like Game Pass that really kind of set it apart from anything else, really. So when you think about it, they're realistically not so much an underdog anymore. So that's something that we don't have to, like, it's fun to kind of stick up for the underdog, and but now let's just be real, there's not that underdog vibe from them as much, because everybody, like, what can you say? Oh, they're getting out of gaming, when they just announced they're coming out with 2 new Xboxes and they're already working on one for after that. So it's really hard to say. There's not really Eddie T does say Xbox channel is also too politically correct. That's a Microsoft thing too, in the nutshell, to be honest with you. If you want to get anywhere with Microsoft, like them supporting you or sending you review codes, you can't be any other way but that. You gotta toe the line, sheep it all you want, you know what I mean? Everything's great. I
wonder if G-Man knows the same show we're talking about. Maybe I'm misunderstanding, because G-Man says, Mooch, then you must not watch regularly. That may be, he says they cover Switch, PS4 on that channel. The guy running it used to do Inside Xbox, so he named the show Outside Xbox. I think that's I think we're talking about something different, because the Outside Xbox I'm talking about, maybe I'm wrong, but the Inside Xbox I'm talking about, Outside Xbox has been on for way before Inside Xbox even started. This is years and years and years. So,
yeah.
Hey, Salty saying he tried to call in the Skype number and it didn't work. It's MC Show Live on Skype, Salt.
The thing is, there is more than one MNC show on there. I think there was 2 that I set up. I'm pretty sure I canceled the other one, but I don't think Microsoft canceled the other one. So that's why he might have called that cancel number. So if one doesn't work, try the other one. So
yeah.
Wow, MC Show Live. One word. It's the...
I don't mind it, to be honest with you.
Mick Show Live.
Yeah,
it's Skype's fault. Yeah, I canceled the other one that's on there, but yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, no, he's right though. Andy Farrant is the guy. He used to be on this show. Remember when Xbox used to have their own shows on the dashboard? They had Connect Show and this other show. That guy was on that show. Was on one of those shows that Xbox had.
Oh, okay.
And then they cut out all that stuff, and now he does Outside Xbox with that girl, and they do Show of the Week or whatever the hell it is, and they do cover a lot of Xbox stuff. Mostly just, it's all positive stuff or whatever.
Yeah, I listen. I used to watch them way back in. I watched that channel more before.
I did too.
Now I don't watch it so much because, like I say, I like to hear, like I love Sekiro, right? But I watch people that even love Sekiro that do these major channels based on Souls, and they'll even talk about some of the good, the bad, and the ugly, right?
Yeah.
I like that on everything. This isn't just Mooch and Mooch and crap. I like that on all channels. I like a little bit of everything. So when I just tune in and I find out everything's just, it's great.
Yeah.
And it's great. And after that, when I popped in the game, it was great. I'm like, all right. So this channel, it's great. Okay, cool. I like, I need a little bit more stuff. I need a little bit more in the stew.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a me problem. That's fine.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Sir X-Man says, I just got home from work. What's up, Sir X-Man? He says, all I want to say is blah, 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 blah. I hear you. Believe me, I hear you.
Give it to Luca.
There it is. I said give it to Mooch. Right? Give it to Mooch.
Give it to Luca.
It's some great stuff out there. That's great.
Hey, you did a good impersonation too, dude, before the show started.
Not really. I think it's just because I'm exhausted.
You were like, give it to Luca.
I said give it to Mooch.
Give it to Mooch.
Give it to Mooch. Hey, I got an interesting topic here to kind of round out the show a bit, guys.
Yeah,
I'm wondering if there's any PC guys in the chat, crap, because I have a bit of an issue here, and I think you'll agree with this, crap, because you've got a rig that can play games. I've got one that can play games. I was told before I built the PC, sarcastically,
yes,
that I was going to be able to play PC games, right? Games, no, not PC games, games that came out cheaper on my PC, right, than on my Xbox or PlayStation. And here I am. And I see, and this happened with other new releases, but of course, Mooch gets a PC and now everything's different. I was like, you know what? Let me look and see if Sekiro, because Sekiro's 60 frames, and I was watching some gameplay. I'm like, let me see if Sekiro's on sale or cheaper on PC. Nope. Not even a cent, crap. It's $60 on Steam. So I reached out to a couple of people I know that are only PC, not only, but they predominantly play on PC. And I said, guys, you guys keep telling me, once you get the PC, it's cheaper. The games are cheaper. There's no Xbox Live to pay for, blah, blah, blah. All right, so with the Xbox Live stuff, they're right. But I have not found an outstanding deal on new games on PC.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, I'm sitting there and I'm like, how come I was told that games are cheaper? Because I remember, crap, if you go back and I'm kind of putting a game's name out there and I shouldn't do this, but like Far Cry 4, right?
Yeah.
So Far Cry 4 came out, and we had to pay $60 for it. But I remember people were like, oh, this is why I play on PC. There's an incentive deal this weekend only. The weekend it comes out, it's $39.99.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's unbelievable. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, why is it I don't see any of those deals. And I've asked people. If anybody can, please do put it in the chat, link it. I mean, I wouldn't mind double dipping and playing Sekiro at 60 frames. The game, I think, would just run so much better on that. But I would like to try it. I haven't tried one game on this thing yet, outside of Crackdown 3.
And how was that?
Well, I mean, it is a little bit crisper crap than on the Xbox, but not enough. I'm only put about an hour and a half on the PC. The rest of my 25, 30 hours is all on Xbox with Crackdown.
Yeah.
You know, so Jeff Zelot says, go to fanatical.com. I'll check that out, Jeff, but I think the only deal I saw on there was 8%, and I'm not joking, it was 8% off Sekiro. I mean, 8%? 8?
What a deal.
That's like these Nintendo deals, crap.
Yeah.
CD Keys had a deal. They're like, everybody, get a hold of yourself. Octopath Traveler's on sale. So I was like, let me click on it and see. It's $45. It came out like 8 months ago.
Yeah.
What the hell kind of sale is that?
I think the sales that a lot of people talk about are those damn once a year or a couple times a year
I guess.
Steam sales where you can get 100 games for $100 and then nobody ever plays them anyway.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
Salt,
you know what I mean?
1080 60. That's right, Salt. I think you can get it up to maybe 1440p 60 on PC. I'm not sure.
On what?
Sekiro for PC.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
what
saying,
is it on Xbox One X?
On Xbox, it's 1080 and it's unlocked. So you're getting between 33 and 37 frames.
So it's only 1080p?
I believe so.
What, did we lose a war? God.
Right? Isn't it?
X? Holy
Can somebody
crap.
help me with that? Am I right with that? I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's I take that back. It's not. I think it's a higher resolution on Xbox and PlayStation.
Okay.
But I don't think it's true 4K either.
Wow.
You know? Does anybody know what it actually is? And shame on me, man. I've watched 2 of the Digital Foundry like behind the scenes, and I was so interested in the frames, I didn't pay much attention. 1800p. Thank you, Shizno Elite.
Yeah, 1800p.
1800p on both. Yeah, Sekiro's 1800p.
Wow, why is it 1800p on the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro, and it runs between 38 and 48 frames per second on the Pro and 38 and 42 frames per second on the X?
It runs better on the Pro.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep. Well, they said it's because there was something else. There was something else that the Xbox has on visuals that's better than the PlayStation. And that extra processing power is taking a little bit away, and that's why but realistically, crap, 37 frames, 42 frames. It's also the indifference between the resolution, the clarity difference between Xbox One X and PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
Like realistically, I got to be honest with you. Shout out to Sin Vendetta for the gift, the game gift. But like almost would it's hard to say you wouldn't buy it for the PlayStation if it runs better over there because the visuals are about the same.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's one of the things that's unfortunate. A lot of times, developers aren't taking the proper time out to get the most out of the console. You know what I mean?
They're not squeezing the most they can out of the X. That's true. Crap.
Yeah, kind of ridiculous. So yeah.
So I mean, that's
not really a big fan.
No, I'm not a big fan of that either, and I'm a little bit, I'm a little frustrated on the PC front because I thought things were going to be cheaper. I thought I was going to get a $10 to $15 break on certain games that I didn't really care about the achievements, or I didn't care about playing on a PlayStation or Xbox. I was like, I'll get a couple of the games that are more smaller, even though this game's probably not going to be smaller. But I don't know. That's just my thing. I think that I'm not seeing those sales. But yes, people in the chat are telling me, Mooch, just wait for the Steam sale, then you'll see those types of sales. But by then, the games are older, and Xbox has those sales now too.
Yeah.
So I don't see that advantage anymore like I used to.
Yeah,
so,
it doesn't seem like much of an advantage to me.
It's not. It's just not. Don't get me wrong, crap. There are some of those Steam sales where you get some of these games, like Borderlands 2. I think the cheapest Borderlands 2, the Handsome Jack collection, I think the cheapest that gets to on Xbox, crap, is like $20. And I've seen that same collection on PC for $4.99.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now, if you want to talk about getting into older games,
that
are played at higher resolution and better frame rate on the PC that are older, you're talking about $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8 a game, crap.
Wow.
But they're old.
Yeah. Old games, like who cares?
They're old. So, if that's not your bag.
To their credit, Xbox has done the same thing though. They were doing
on some,
they do the sales where you can pick up
Thief was like $6 or something.
Yeah, like that thing's been like $3 on Xbox,
I have Thief, man. I got news for you. I don't think I can give that away.
Yeah, I've never played. We got it for Games with Gold one time, remember?
We sure did.
Yeah, now we get
that was one of those months that felt like a slap to the face.
They all feel like a slap in the face repeatedly.
A good
Jesus.
amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even worry about it at this point. You know what I mean?
A
It's
lot
just
of
like
Xbox fans are just walking around with handprints on their cheek. It's like, what
They should
happened?
pay us to download those games.
Right?
they should pay us to download.
like,
Like, here, we'll
At least
give you
hit the other side of the face this month.
exactly. Like, holy shit, terrible, terrible stuff.
But
so.
yeah, I would hope that sometimes they throw a good banger in there and everybody kind of gets excited, You know, Eddie T says, I got Resident Evil 2 day one for $40 on PC. There you go. I mean, there's a few out there, Eddie. Well, I got news for you, Eddie. We follow each other on Twitter now. You got to make sure you let me know when those deals are going on.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind knowing, Eddie.
Yeah,
You know,
I can't go wrong there, man. Can't go wrong there.
absolutely. We've had a hell of a show, though, Crap. It
has been a really good show. Please get some calls in for us next week so we can run a wheel.
Yes.
Yeah. So, we really appreciate you guys coming out. It definitely means a lot to us. Like, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. If you already hadn't, and go ahead and remember that Mooch is doing his stream thing as well now.
Yeah.
So support us on other platforms as well. And also, Sully, have we got any headway on the iTunes situation?
Well, iTunes is taking their sweet ass time. I have no idea. I emailed them twice already, and they said they're still working on it. The thing is, iTunes, they have real people reviewing the stream, the podcast, so that's why it's taking a while. But we got Google, Spotify, and what's the other one? SoundCloud. They're all up. If you guys just want to go and search on those platforms, you can find MNC podcast on there already. So
that sounds good, buddy. That sounds awesome. Great. Like I said, Crap, I want to say thanks to Crap real quick for the plug on Twitch. I do appreciate that. Crap's always been supportive. Same I always do for his work. Outstanding. He puts so much time and effort and energy into his channel. Do check that out, guys. Thank you to Salt. Thanks to Sir X-Man, all the great people that came out here today. Shout out to Enrique. I know he had to leave, but he did gift me Devil May Cry 5, and I say thank you very much. I plan to get to that after Sekiro, but to be honest with you, that's another game in waiting that I can't wait to get to. But yeah, check out the Twitch channel, guys. The link is in the description. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and Mike Mooch's super chat will be back hopefully by May.
Yeah.
So we're working on that too. So Sir X-Man keeps asking me, he's like, my wallet's getting fatter because I can't give Mooch any super chats.
Hey, you can always stop by and give some to Crap. I'm just saying.
There you go, folks. All right, there you've heard it first. Now that's how you mooch.
Exactly.
Outstanding work, Crap. Outstanding. With that being said, guys, thank you. Enjoy your Sunday. Game on. And Sully, if you don't mind taking us out in our theme music, that'd be great.
There we go.
Yeah. All right, have a great Sunday, guys.
Great one. Peace out.
He gon' rack it up, get your game on, and he gon' bag it up. Y'all know what Mooch on, Mooch and Crap. Mooch and Crap. Mooch and Crap. Mooch and Crap. It's that time to get ready for the MMC show. Grab your coffee or your liquor, cause we ready to roll. They talking games, plus some gadgets, and you already know. Dial that number, leave them questions, and away they go. Be a pony or a bot, the truth be it don't matter. We just gamers talking games, not those drama queens matters. So let's talk about gaming, news, leaks, and reviews. This a fan show on whatever topic y'all choose. True Xbox fans, and y'all know we bleed green. Yet we got every console we can play, everything. Got that Forza, got that Halo, got that Fallout, got that Kratos, got that Zelda, got that Spidey, got that AC, got it Ike, Mooch and Crap. And Crap, Mooch and Crap, Mooch and Crap. We just talking about games, no drama. That's how we do. MMC stays a show just for the people. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug to be a fiend to. Gaming is the #1 hobby we all keen to. It's Mooch and Crap, bringing gaming opinions and facts. MMC is back on the map. It's the best for show, and that's that. It's M and C. It's M and C. It's Mooch and Crap. It's Mooch and Crap. MMC is back. M and C